Hello, good afternoon. This is Minister Roger Husbands, and I'm inviting you to the Colorado Church of the Nazarene on the 28th of this month at 7 p.m. as we celebrate our 10th year anniversary, a decade of ministry to the youth of this nation. I'm encouraging all you church folk, pastors, youth leaders, those who are good friends of mine, those who are friends of mine, those who are acquaintances of mine, those who are supporters of mine, even my enemies. I'm asking you to come on out to the Colorado Church of the Nazarene next Friday. That's the 28th of February. That's next Friday at 7 o'clock as we celebrate 10 years in ministry. I call it the Holy Ghost Party, and I don't want you to think it's a concert. It's not a concert. It is a party, and it's one where we're going to be dancing from night right through. So I'm encouraging you to bring your dancing shoes. I'm asking those who have cymbals at church, bring them along with you. I'm asking those who can sing really well to help us. You know, those who can dance, bring your dance groups out with the flags. Come on out and celebrate with us. It is a party beyond measure. I'm going to release 500 balloons in the place. It's going to be full of balloons all over the place, and you have an opportunity to jump in between all those balloons. And we're also going to have a 500 cupcake display of all colors of this logo, which is yellow, red, green, and blue. And you're going to see those cupcakes display in a powerful way. Listen, I'll tell you, if you miss this, you're going to miss a party of the decade. We're going to have activity on the site. I'm not going to tell you what's going to happen on the outside. You have to come and see what is actually going to happen on the outside to help us make this a reality. So come on out next Friday at 7 p.m. at the Colorado Church of the Nazarene as I celebrate 10 years in ministry, drug education and counseling services in youth empowered life. 10 years in ministry to the youth of this nation. Please invite your family, invite your friends. Come on out and make this a success. We're going to have food on sale. So walk along with some monies to give a contribution, as well as to buy food as well. We have chicken, we're gonna have chips, we're gonna have hamburgers, hot dogs, chicken wings, drinks, you name it. We'll have it right there for you. So bring along some extra change. We're also gonna collect a contribution towards our building, and we're gonna be we have actually got our building organized, and we're looking to move in hopefully by the end of the year, and therefore we will be stable. Some of you didn't know that we'll be moving up and down because our membership increases tremendously, and because of that, a lot of landlords are very concerned about their property, and the kind of children that we deal with obviously would not contribute to keeping people's property clean and walls, you know, in immaculate condition. So people are saying that we are tearing the building too quickly, so we had to move. So you know, it's about time that we have our own building that we can call our own, and that helps us to save some funds. It helps us also to know that we are stable in ministry. A lot of charitable organizations, especially seculars, are very stable. They're getting support from all over the world because people over there tell them that if once you're not faith-based, they will support you. So we have a situation where faith-based programs have a very hard time finding funds, and that's because people do not support faith-based programs. But I'm faith-based. I'm trusting God, and I'm asking you to trust God to help, to encourage, trust God to give you the funds and release you to come into this function to help support this program. And listen, we are outside the Teen Challenge, which is recently on the renovations, and who's raised the funds to reopen. We are the only other faith-based program that's in the fight against drugs, or even in this kind of fight that we in Teen Challenge was there. And it would be so sad to see two faith-based programs shut their doors. But I'm telling you, I'm not going to shut my door. Even if I have to go operate on the outside, on the road, sidewalk, have session with the youngsters, do whatever I have to do, I'll do it just to maintain what God has called me to do. And I believe that God is faithful, and He will take care of His business. That's why I'm not worrying about the building and worrying about all kinds of things. I just want to encourage you, if you can, come on out. You know, I'm praying that God will just open the doors for you to come on out. Next Friday, that's the 28th of February, at the Colorado Church of the Nazarene, as we celebrate 10 years in ministry. Look forward to seeing you there. Thank you so much, and please, when you get there, come and shout me and let me know that you're in the house. You know, but thank you so much, and I hope that all my friends, all my family will come on out and support me. 10 years in ministry. And tell somebody yesterday, I look like 10 years old. I don't know how I got 10 years in ministry. I look like 10 years old, but God is faithful and He's just. I'm just joking. I know that you laughed just now, but God is good. So looking forward to seeing you at the Colorado Church of Nazarene. Okay, next Friday at 7:30 p.m. Share this with a friend. Share it with family members, and come on out and support. God bless you now. Don't forget, bring out some change with you. Bring out your children. We're gonna have a jump up tank there. I can tell you no more. just bring out the children, bring out the kids, bring out all the little children you got. Bring out, I can tire them out. So when at the end of the day, when they go home, they're gonna sleep. You don't gotta worry about them being up, and then you bring them. If you want to get them sleep, I will be working on that to help you, to help them. And when they get home, they will sleep. Okay, you just bring them along 7 o'clock at the Colma Nazarene Church, Colma St. Michael, next Friday the 28th of February. Come on out. Looking forward to seeing you and your children, your granny and your grandfather, and your auntie, uncle, cousins. Bring everybody. Bring the church member, bring your friends, bring your close, those who you are close to. Bring the acquaintances, bring your enemies too. Bring everybody. And we're going to have a great time in the presence of the Lord. I'm telling you, I ain't running about. I said to them already, I'm going to be jumping and praising God. 10 years in ministry is not a good, it's not a hard, not easy task, sorry. Not an easy task, it's very hard, especially when you have an enemy who fights against you. And sometimes I fall, I get back up. And the issue is that in ministry, God is going to carry you through. One of the things He promised, He's never made my face shame, and He's never made my face shame. I tell you, despite whatever happens, God has been so faithful. I can tell you, in 10 years working off a little ends of money, I can tell you, when you give, God gives back to you. And I am a testimony to that. That we sometimes don't even have anything, and we give. You know, and I've seen God pay every one of our bills. We don't owe anybody anything. And the issue is that God has been faithful to provide for the ministry and to help us to pay our bills on time. And God has been opening the doors. And I can tell you, if you trust God, the whole onus is to give. If you give, God promises that He will supply all your needs according to His riches. And if He's the richest person in the world, guess what? No money, no denomination can compete to what He has. And I tell you, and as you give, He doubles it up, triples it up, quadruples it up. He gives and gives and gives. Do not stop trusting the Lord. I don't care how much money you have in your house. If you got one last biscuit in the bag, let me tell you something. You give. God promises that He will give you back. Press down, shake it together, and it's gonna be running over. And you're gonna be spilling over, and you're gonna testify of His goodness. I find that a lot of times when people don't have a lot of money, or they are stuck in bills and in debt, it's because they really haven't exercised their faith and given. You can imagine if you have a light bill about to turn off, the light's about to turn off, and you have to pay $75 for that light bill. And you take that $75, you offer it up to the Lord, you give it to the Lord's service. I tell you, I know of cases where people, within minutes of leaving, giving to the church, or giving to God through the church, or through ministries that work on behalf of God. You know, that they see in minutes, literally, people give. Literally, we had a young man in this program, and we decided that we're going to teach him how to give. And what he did is that he went to church, and I'm sure he's going to watch this, and I hope he will comment and show you who he is. And he went to church, and the pastor said to him, the pastor said to the congregation, come on, I feel God is calling people to give $100 seed. And he had $100 for his school clothes. And he worked so hard for that because he did not have money for school. He had to go and work for the money for school clothes. And he decided to give that $100 to the Lord. Imagine that. He gave that $100 to the Lord. And within a few minutes of that time, he left there. A man came and put, I think it was over $200 or $300 in his hand. And the pastor, he went to the pastor, he gave the $100 to, while he was walking, going to give the $100, the pastor turned around and said to him, young man, your faith, your exercise. He said, pastor, this is my last $100 bill, this is for my school clothes. And people shouted and they clapped, and they were very proud that this young man exercised his faith. And before he left that church, he had triple what he came with. Isn't it interesting that God's math or arithmetic is not like ours? We see 1 cent, God sees thousands. Come on, somebody. So the issue is that we need to start looking at giving. God is a giver. And let me tell you something. He said that He is our daddy. And who father will not give them the best? I don't know about you, I want the best. If He is my daddy, He saved me. I may be not wicked at times. I may do this sometimes. I may do the next sometimes. But He's still my daddy. And He's still being faithful to me although I haven't been. But I want to let you know that God is going to walk with you. That's my testimony. You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to put in comments if you disagree. This is my testimony. If you don't believe it, that's your problem. But I'm saying to you, if you give, trust me, the church give us, I can't remember, it was about $2,000 or something dollars or whatever the case may be. They give out to themselves, the church. And they were building a project, decided to give the first fruit of that building project to this ministry. And that church is now building. Okay? So when you give, God gives back. Plant it in good ground where you can see the fruits of what you've given. We're going to give our monies to all kind of people who come into this nation and sing a few songs and then go back and they build massive houses and they build got big cars and all these kind of things. And we still down here, in trouble. I'm saying put your money to something that will produce this nation and bring productivity to this nation. We need to take care of our nation. I know we go all around the nation, we help people, yes, I'm fine with that. I'm saying come on, start home first. Home is the first place you should start. I think the steps are God, family, and then the church. God, the family, and then the church. God, start home, and then church. Start home, then go and do missions. But make sure that we here are provided for. Make sure that things here are in the right position. If we can, look, Ambrose Carrot and myself, we do ministry in this nation. Imagine if we had an opportunity to get some of the funds that we sent out of this nation. We'd be able to bring back these young people. If we got men tithing, going to church, making changes. We got guys in police force, defense force. Ambrose Carrot is doing a fantastic job helping young people to make proper decisions about sex. I mean, these are things that money cannot equal to. And I want to encourage you, if you're watching this, come on out this Friday at the Column Rock Church in Nazareth. Just give a fruit. Give a fruit. I'm not talking about literal fruit. I'm talking about a financial seed. Give a financial seed. And I promise you, I'm not one of these people that will tell you where 100 seed, buy 1,000 seed. You see 5 here, you want 5. I'm not that person. I'm saying to you, bring whatever you can. It could be a $5, $2. You bring it. I promise you that we're going to pray over that seed. And I'm going to ask God to give back. And we have apostles who are going to be there and they're going to be praying over that money as well. We're going to pray that you get back double what you have. God has stayed to his promise. I tell you, he has to stay to his promise. And he's going to give you back. So let me see you next Friday, the 28th of February at the Column Rock Church in Nazareth. Looking forward to seeing you. Don't you disappoint. Looking forward to seeing you. Give me a shout when you get there. God bless you now. Have a great one. Share it with a friend. God bless you. Bye-bye.